gorgeous. I see you. All my soft life angels, welcome back. And all my level up mommies, you already know I got your back. I'm here to sprinkle some gems on you today. Are you ready? I am so appalled at the noise right now, y'all. So my YouTube videos would not exist if I didn't record. And we're just gonna ignore the noise around us and we're just gonna prosper, okay? Because there's gonna be times where you feel like you can't move forward because of your external environments, but let me be your prime example of moving forward and getting on with the show. Okay, all my gorgeous girls, welcome back. My name is Golden, this is House of Gold. I am here to sprinkle some gems on you to level up out of those toxic situations that you are currently in. And today's topic is going to be more so an opinion piece, my opinion on my experiences. So don't come for me, but if you do, understand that my experiences are real and I just speak facts, girl. Okay, so it is what it is, okay? This video is for all my women in their 20s contemplating on leveling up, going against their boundaries, going against their ethics, going against their morals, going against their standards, going against their desires. This video is for you. If you feel like you need to change yourself physically, if you need to buy certain things to look a certain way, to fit in a certain stature of society, girl, stop. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There is a lot of ideas on how this level up lifestyle is. There's a lot of uneducated girls thinking that they're living their best adult life. And maybe you feel like you are, but there's going to be a day where you are going to get bit in your butt. And you're gonna look around and you're gonna be like, didn't anyone see me get bit in my butt? Who's gonna save me? But honey, you're gonna have to save yourself, okay? That's number one. When you are going through hardships in life, get used to saving yourself. There's gonna be nobody around to help you. And if there is, you are blessed, okay? You have the privilege or the right, whatever you wanna look at it as being you, and congratulations. But there's a lot of women out here who are lonely and single and really disturbed on how to level up. And I hope, I just pray that this video reaches your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, and you just throw away the bullshit and keep it moving, girl. In your 20s, avoid toxic relationships. A lot of women I know are in relationships you think they are happy in, but they're really not. They are nowhere close to happiness. But because they have this lifestyle and because they have the socials to watch them, you know, on their day-to-day life, they feel like they are living this happy life. But women in your 20s, uneducated or educated, understand that there is going to be a certain demographic, a certain target market, a certain niche of people who are living this facade, who are literally finessing you into thinking that they're living their best life. Now, I only speak to the women who are literally contemplating going against their morals, going against their ethics, going against their standards, going against their desires, and ultimately just going against their feelings. If you feel like you're being pressured to live a certain life, to look a certain way, it is not for you, okay? Understand, in your 20s, you need to be so connected to yourself that it is going to navigate you towards what you want in your life. And if you are clouded with societal norms, if you are clouded with toxic conditions, if you are clouded with traumatic experiences, you are going to make big mistakes that go against your ethical compass. And this is where a lot of women after their 20s start to regret a lot of things in their life. And I'm sure right now you regret a lot of stuff as well. So save yourself. Save yourself from regret, because there is nothing worse than living with regret, living with going against yourself, living with breaking that trust system within yourself to appease to other people. Please, honey, don't do it. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls do not do that. Level up mommies may have done it, but they have leveled up and they now understand the game. And my soft life angels probably went through hell, and now they're living their best life because they do not go against their ethical compass. Okay. So growing up, I was in high school, I was in college, I was in university, and I definitely observed women, relationships, men, how they interacted, and ultimately had friends that told me all of their business. Now, I am not the person to go talk to other people about other people's business, which is why probably I have such insider knowledge on the actual world of these people who are finessing and thinking that they're living their best life, but they're really not. They're really broken, they're really sad, they're really allowing their traumatic responses to put them in toxic situations where they feel comfortable in because they are familiar with the drama, they're familiar with the abuse, they are familiar with the toxicity. And honey, do not disrespect yourself by putting yourself in toxic situations you know you don't feel good doing. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. Because at the end of the day, life goes on and circumstances pass, you move forward. Now, what are you going to move forward with? Are you going to move forward with your standards? Are you going to move forward with your boundaries? Are you going to move forward with your respect of self? Or are you going to move forward with your traumas, with your triggers, with your untold stories of the defilations that you had to go through and put yourself in to get that Louis bag? I mean, what are you really doing it for, mommy? Understand that your 20s is all about where you're going to be in your future, okay? The ego feeds. It feeds, literally feeds off of societal norms. Now, are you going to stop yourself and say, you know what, I need help, I need to change myself so my future can look a little bit more brighter? Or are you going to stick with that little egotistical brat that keeps putting you in consistent situations where you know you don't feel good, but because everyone else is doing, you're all right with it? Don't do it. I want you to understand that this world that you're living in currently is not a safe world. There is a lot of things going on that is a facade and a finesse. And if you allow yourself to get caught up in the mix, what you need to focus on in your 20s is who you are, who you want to be, and your goals. That's it. Do not be talking to boys right now, and do not be talking to no grown men as well. It is okay to have an older gentleman who's mentoring you and helping you. However, honey, sis, it ain't it. It's not legit. There comes with strings, and if you want to be a puppeteer for the bag, then go right ahead and skip this video. Now, if you want to learn how to keep your ethics, how to keep your standards, and rebuke the bare minimum, sis, this channel is all for you to level up with the gems and keep your crown. Now, what this crown represents is your ethics, is your morals, is your standards, is your desires, is your dreams, is ultimately who you are. And if you don't know that, sis, you don't have a crown. You can't go around town showing people how you get down, okay? You can't, you just can't. And there's a lot of false crowns out there. There's a lot of women who want to fight and want to debate and want to discuss, but what I'm telling you, sis, is the truth. And this is the law of life. If you want high standard experiences without the fluff, without the facade, without the finesse, without the games, listen to me. Okay? Been there, done that, seen it all, got myself up out of there and leveled up. Because what I was when I was in those situations was ultimately lost. I was trying to figure out, what is my life going to be all about? What is golden here to do? I'm not telling you to judge other people on how they're living their life. That's not what this video is about. This is about judging yourself. This is about putting yourself into better situations. Okay, honey. Now, what you don't want to do is lie to yourself. You don't want to self-sabotage your opportunities. And you definitely don't want to be a victim. Never be a victim in this life, because there's a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of sharks that will bite your head off just because of the fact they know you are vulnerable and you are unaware of what life is really about. Life is all about you. Okay, now I don't mean that in the toxic forms. I mean, life is about how you feel. Life is about how you want to act, how you want to think, how you want to be, and ultimately how you want people to perceive you. So if you want to be perceived as respectable, be respectful. If you want to be perceived as fruitful, be fruitful. If you want to be perceived as loving, be loving. Don't be bitter, don't be toxic, and don't be stupid. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of stupid 20-year-olds walking around thinking that they know life. And honey, you just got here, okay? I just got here and I just figured it out, and I'm older than you, okay? So let's just cut the crap. Let's just cut the BS. Let's just cut the facade, and let's learn how to really find ourselves again and live our own best life in the way we see it, not in the way society has brainwashed you to think it to be. Okay. Now, this might be a hard truth to handle, but I wish somebody told me this in my 20s. I wish somebody told me and drilled me on the decisions I was making. I wish somebody told me to get up out of that situation. But at the end of the day,